everybody, welcome back to some more Road to Tier 10 in the ARL 44, the French Tier 6 Heavy. So I think this might be the first, or maybe the second actually, we did one in the BDR, saved replay that I'm doing a commentary of instead of a live video as we normally do for the Road to Tier 10. This was the very first mastery game I've got in the ARL, and it was actually the first game I also had the 90mm F3 unlocked. So that's the first of the three kind of optional gun choices you get. Once you get up to the one before this package, you can save up your XP and unlock the Tier 7 if you want. But it's worth doing the rest of the guns, because after the little bit where it branches off, there's three other guns you can unlock. The first one unlocks the engine upgrade, which you badly need. The tank can actually move at a sort of vaguely respectable speed now. It's nothing too crazy, but it's slightly less tragic. But the main reason it's worth another reason it's worth unlocking those guns is because they're very good, and it's going to make you enjoy the tank a lot more. But really the main reason is that the Tier 7 tank uses all of those guns. In fact, that's pretty much the only guns it gets. Although it does get better versions of them because of its higher level turrets, so it'll get better gun handling and that kind of thing, and rate of fire. But it is essentially the same guns you're going to get on the Tier 7, which is something I have to look forward to still. So yeah, this is the first of those three, and it's not too bad. There's the two more after, both look quite enjoyable as well. I'm on the one after this now as we speak. I'm enjoying that a lot. So just one more to go, and then I'm on to the grind to the Tier 7. But it was nice to, I think I needed the mastery game after it'd been quite a hard grind, especially grinding the Cromwell in parallel. You know, Cromwell's a pretty different vehicle, very enjoyable tank. Much shorter grind, you can get it fully upgraded a lot quicker and really start to enjoy it. And I'm really been more of a kind of quick tank sort of vibe lately, you know, so driving this thing around without the engine upgrade has been pretty depressing, you know. Anyway, there we go. So here's the first engagement. We've got T67, nicely one shot, popped over a little bit more than I really wanted to. This tank has pretty good gun depression, but it's a little bit too steep there. But we thought we'd take him out of the game and see what this enemy IS is doing. There we go, nice shot into his side, but it unfortunately hits his engine deck at a really steep angle and ricochets off, which is pretty harsh. But decide to move in. We've got this M7 moving here, so whilst the IS is a tier up on me, I know my gun can pack a pretty nice amount of damage. It's got pretty respectable pen as well, so I decided to just charge in there, you know. We'll snapshot away, put one into him. He actually goes into, pens me there. And one more, we get a nice hit into the side of him, and now we can bundle this guy. He gets tracked, bounces one. And there we go, puts another into my tracks as we take him down. So as you can see, pretty quick battle. The enemy have lost half their team already. We've only lost one person. And this puts us in a pretty nice dominant position. We've got the sort of southeast corner there. We've got pretty dominant with my teammates. And we've now got myself and some buddies pushing around here. And I realised, well, I've got a big gun. We're absolutely slaughtering them. Half the team's artillery. Let's just charge in and see what we can do. So there we go. Finally realised there's been artillery spotted right next to me. Thankfully he's just fired. So we put a shot into him and patiently wait for the follow-up. He starts moving. Ooh, we get him out of the game. So 3 kills, moving into the enemy spawn. Enemy KV1 spotted, possibly AFK, seems fairly likely given his position, but you never quite know. We'll put that in shot onto him, see what else we got. Oh, enemy KV2, that's when you start panicking. But when a shot bounces on you from the enemy KV2, you realise you don't need to panic because he's not got the big derp gun. So enemy KV1 taking hits from the hill. There's the M41. Big aim time on this gun, but it's got that knife out. Nice alpha damage. I managed to turn and dodge the enemy arty there. Bounce another shot from the KV2. Oh, KV2 with the crappy gun. Well, the other gun. The gun that no one uses. There we go, KV2 taken down. and keep rolling in. And rolling around the front line, they managed to get quite a nice amount of assisted damage as well. Just marching slowly forward. Unfortunately, wasn't able to pick up the last kill on the RT and get the Pascucci's medal I was kind of hoping for, but an enemy Hellcat does appear and very graciously allowed me to farm some damage and track damage off him. And that is the round over in just over 5 minutes. A very, very brief and quick mastery. So there you go, 2,500 damage, 1,300 assist, mastery badge. 2k blocked as well, really nice amount of blocked. Something, there we go, 1,800, so fairly low. Well, I guess that's maybe kind of average sort of XP for a mastery badge, perhaps. I feel the Cromwell one's a bit higher than that. I think I had some games in that sort of ballpark without getting a mastery. I guess I'm used to driving a lot of light tanks that tend to have quite a higher sort of level you need to hit to get a mastery badge. But yeah, I've been enjoying the ARL a lot more. It's been nice. I think a good tip. Someone left a comment, leaving a good tip that was pointing out that the kind of weird way that the tracks protrude so far out from the front and the back of the tank can be quite useful, because a lot of the time, most tanks, not all tanks, but a lot of tanks in the game, if you hit them in the side at the front of the tracks, you kind of assume a lot of the time the hull is going to be behind the tracks. So your shell's going to carry through. It's going to do, if it pens, it'll do damage to the tracks, and it could potentially then do damage to the tank as well. But because of this thing, you can kind of poke the front of your tracks out, and people can hit the tracks expecting to go through and pen you, but there's nothing to pen there, so they just track you. So I'm finding I'm able to bait a lot of shots into my tracks. Sorry, I said the tracks protrude from the rear. They don't at all, just from the front. But yeah, so that's been really useful little tip for when poking around corners. It's not the best armored thing in the world, but using those kind of weird tracks and that upper plate, yeah, it can hold its own pretty well. And as it gets higher and higher up the packages, it just gets more and more devastating guns. And yeah, I'm kind of starting to enjoy this thing. You know, still a little bit slow for my liking, but we're hanging in there. Anyway, alright, nice one. A little short one for you guys there today. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Ben. We are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.